Hey everybody, welcome back. We're here with another episode of the Nuzlocke, and today is just gonna be a grinding stream, and I'm joined again with Fresh Sandwich.
Hello.
One of my editors, and also a good friend.
I shitpost. You don't have to gloss over.
Hey, well, yeah, I enjoy it. I don't know. If I remember correctly, Delibird has Vine Whip, so we're gonna get Alice the hell out of here.
Yeah. This is gonna be a lot more chill. Razor Leaf, yeah, close enough.
It was something grass, something to worry about. All right, so we're gonna. Seeing Delibird gives me a question. What's your favorite event or niche kind of Pokemon? Like, Delibird is the Christmas Pokemon.
Right.
Like that. What's
weird sort of niche stuff like that?
Yeah.
Well, we're probably gonna have to say Castform.
Castform, the weather Pokemon.
The weather Pokemon. Yeah.
He is neat.
When I was playing Omega Ruby, I tried to make him work as a part of my team, and then I tried to have I got into competitive a while back.
Oh, speaking of, there's Weather Ball.
Oh, how about that? Yeah, I got into competitive a while back, and tried to make him work as sort of Choice Scarf, special attack focused on a weather team, but he just really doesn't have the stats to back it up. Is the problem most of the time.
Yeah. And that was Omega Ruby, is what you were playing, right?
Yeah. So I was playing Omega Ruby, and then I got X, and whenever I played X, I just went through, got all the items, and then ported it over to Omega Ruby.
Yep. I think you've got... I don't think you've got a grass move, but I want to check, because it's been a while.
Yeah. How about you? What's your favorite niche?
My favorite niche mon. I don't know. I'd need a list. I like Delibird, but the thing that killed him for me kind of, so he's got that sack, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you go into the Pokemon-Ami, I think it was called, where you can play with him and see him in 3 dimensions, you can follow his tail, or the sack, and it's actually his tail. It goes around back and connects to him. But he pulls presents out of that. So he's actually pulling presents out of, the inside of himself. Like Cell, when he absorbs 17 and 18 and his tail gets all big and gross. The opposite of that. And that kind of ruined Delibird for me.
Wow. I'm not going to sleep tonight.
Yeah. It's kind of a horrifying mental image.
Yeah.
Especially considering, have you seen those horrifying Garfield eldritch monstrosities?
Yeah, r/I'm sorry, John. By the way,
that,
if anyone wants to go there.
Yeah, don't. It's horrifying. The things that you could do with Delibird because of that. He also, now that I'm looking at his design from the front, he reminds me of Snowdrake from
Undertale.
From Undertale, and I like Snowdrake more than you, Delibird.
Yeah, fair enough.
You're a disappointment.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Scary Face is lowered attack or speed.
Speed.
What's Mean Look is the one where they can't leave, right? Oh, that's annoying.
That is very much.
And you're an ice type, so this is gonna kill you anyway.
Yeah.
Also,
it cuts your attack in half.
It does. That's why it's annoying. So I'm gonna go fix that.
Yeah. I know, because I got into competitive back then, I know all these weird things.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the hidden statistical implications. Burn does less damage, but it cuts your attack, which is why if you have a Pokemon with Guts, you should go with Burn, because it doesn't cut your attack, it raises your attack. And if you were to go Toxic instead, with a Toxic Orb instead of a Flame Orb, you would
Does
lose
Toxic
a lot of
Orb
health.
poison you or toxic you? Because those are 2 very different things.
I believe it toxics you. And Toxic does more damage, I believe.
The way Toxic works is it'll do So burn just does a 16th of your health every time.
Mm-hmm.
Poison does an 8th. Mm-hmm. But toxic does a 16th, an 8th, or it does a 32nd, a 16th, an 8th, a quarter, a half, all of it.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely brutal if you can stall it out. Which is why there's so many toxic protect.
Yeah, my main man's Swagdamite. Yeah, I made one of those too. It's the classic fear strategy, focus stash, endeavor. What's A?
What?
It's an acronym, but well, I'll think of it later. But
same type attack bonus? What are we talking about?
Nah, the sort of fear attack. It's an archetype where it's the level 1 Pokemon with no, it's Endure, but like in Aron with Surrey, a Magnemite, Rattata with a Focus Sash, that sort of thing, where it hits him down to 1 health, and you either get it in a loop with Magnemite with like Recycle and Berry Juice and things like that to keep you at full health, so Surrey resets, or you do Rattata with Endeavor. It knocks him down to 1 health, and you go all in with speed and do quick attack.
Yep. I suppose that would work.
Mm-hmm. The only problem with...
Electivire I can handle. Let's give it an Ice Punch.
Yeah.
Frenzy Plant. Oh, God!
The problem with those strategies is usually it's very hard to get like a whole team with them. Like you can easily trade using those sort of strategies, but especially with the Rattata, it's more of just a trade rather than like, oh, I'm just gonna wipe them with this, because the instant something switches in and it's faster than you.
Well, quick attack.
Well, quick attack, it has priority. Extreme speed has double priority.
Yep.
That's sort of a counter, although you do have to have a Pokemon with extreme speed then to counter it out.
It's gonna hurt. Not a ton, but...
Yeah, I mean, you are 12 levels above it.
Yeah, it is... So the way I play Pokemon games normally is just... I don't care about stats, I don't care about really even levels. It's just, okay, I've got a team that's full type advantage, and I'm just gonna throw myself against the wall until I win this fight, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I did in Pokemon Let's Go.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had Eevee, and I made it through the Elite Four and the Champion with my highest Pokemon, starting that at level 44.
Huh.
Yeah. And it was just, I've got one thing with Stab to cover every type here, sometimes two. Mostly it was that Kabutops that you get out of the fossil thing. Because in the original games, they come out at like level 5, right?
Right.
Or sometimes level 20, I think, in one of them. Like, Cranidos and Shieldon came out at level 20 in Sinnoh.
It sounds about right.
I don't know. One of them came out at 20. But that, in Pokemon Let's Go, when you get there and you revive them, they're like level 42. So I'm out here with the dinosaur bat. It starts with an A. Aerodactyl. I couldn't think of his name.
Dinosaur bat.
With an Aerodactyl and a Kabuto that are suddenly my two strongest guys at level like 42. And so like, I'm just gonna fight through the rest of this game and just use these two, use the experience thing to level everyone else to about their level, and just not bother grinding and throw myself at it.
Yeah.
And I did, because type advantage is all you need.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing a Nuzlocke. Because revives are handy, and healing potions are handy.
Yeah. How often do you use consumables in Pokemon games?
All the time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I never use consumables.
Because the way I play Pokemon is I just want to get through the game as fast as possible to get everything unlocked, and then I'll go back and do all the things that kind of matter.
Right.
And the way to do that is just have a ton of revives, have a ton of max potions and have the type advantage. Because then you can beat things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can contest things that are 10 and 15 levels higher than you.
Right.
Just because, like, yeah, you've got 15 levels, but I'm doing 4 times normal damage, which is a huge number.
Fair enough. Yeah. I see that. I think the only...
And also, here's legendaries.
Fair enough. The only time I really use consumables is, like, if I get stuck, I just buy a bunch of revives.
Mm-hmm.
It's a battle of attrition then.
Yeah, the old hyper potion super soaker approach.
Yeah, I mean, if they can't put you down fast enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh god, safeguard. Now I'm only going to do half damage. Whatever will I do?
About that much.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
So we found out last time that Jiren evolves at 24, right?
Yes.
Alright. I'm excited to get there.
Mm-hmm. Think we'll be able to do it this episode?
I think so. I think I can make 7 levels in the next 50 minutes. As long as we don't have another suiciding Clefable.
Oh yeah, that was wild. That was wild.
Still not over that.
Yeah. 1 health, man. That's...
Yeah. He is a fighter.
Absolutely a fighter. That was incredible. Weather ball. Okay.
Did we... Oh, I know what we should be doing while we're grinding. We should run back and get the egg.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's the next thing I have to do anyway, so...
Mm-hmm.
Why did I use Drill Peck?
I don't know. They conserve that PP.
I guess.
Comedy.
Alright, well in that case, I should go heal up and we'll just...
Yeah, heal
find
up
our way
and then
back
just run, get the egg. You're probably going to have some encounters along the way, and that'll help.
Yeah. We're grinding anyway. Might as well grind on the way there. Get some shit done. We're only going to see weaker things from here, so...
Yeah. I mean...
I need to check something. Did I have an encounter in the cave? I did. It was Bear.
Yes.
Ursaring.
Ursaring, it has counter.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be handy.
Yep. I think that bear is probably going to be a suicide play eventually.
Uh-huh.
Just you switch it
like,
in.
Well, I'm going to throw you out, and you're probably going to die, but if you don't, he will.
Yes. Either that or get him a focus sash.
Yeah, if I can find one, that is the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Are focus sashes consumable, or are they just once per battle?
Focus sashes are consumable. Focus bands are RNG. So there's...
Right.
Focus bands are never consumed, but there's only like a 1 in 16 chance that it's going to activate.
Mm-hmm.
But it can activate as often as,
Yeah, it's like the Quick Claw.
Yeah.
I don't remember where I get cut. That is eventually going to be a problem.
Eventually, yes. And of course, there are always going to be stories out there of that one dude saying like, "Oh yeah, I had a focus band and it activated 3 times in a row." And
it's possible.
It is entirely possible, and of course, I can't help but think like on the other side of that story, there's someone like, "Yeah, it was bullshit, dude." Like,
I've had the focus band on him for the entire game, and it's never activated. He's fainted like 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm. Either that or it's the other guy who's in that battle, and it's like, oh yeah, I hit him like 4 times, and he never went down because
his focus sash kept activating.
His focus band kept proccing. It was game over, man. Game over. Yeah. I can see how that would be infuriating.
Yeah. Anything that's random chance has the option to just be the worst.
Yeah, that's Pokemon, though. That's competitive, anyway.
Yeah. It's all about RNGesus.
When I got deep into that competitive scene, even the Pokemon YouTubers had drama going on when I was, like, going in there. It was wild.
Oh, he's the... I'm a fool.
Yeah?
I don't have to come back here. I have to meet him in the Pokemart.
Oh. Oh, well. We got some grinding in.
We didn't. I've had 0 encounters.
Fair enough. So this was a colossal waste of time, you're saying?
Complete and utter waste of time.
Oh, well. We got...
Unless we suddenly run into a legendary and get a buttload of XP.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah.
Or maybe it isn't.
It's possible. I think. I might have set it to similar power. Well, no. Electivires are showing up here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's totally possible.
You're probably going to have to go to a new area, though.
Yeah, no, I've seen all the things there are to see.
Yeah.
In these places. Why am I healing again? I haven't had a fight.
Force of habit.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm just determined. I don't want anyone to die.
Yeah, I mean...
I miss you, Wobbles.
Gone too soon.
He really was. Ah! That's just mean.
Yeah. A little bit.
I don't remember if you had a grass move or not. So I have to throw in Jiren. Go.
It's safe. Psybeam.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
It is.
Not much, but...
Yeah.
And good night.
Oh. Smelling salt.
It doesn't know it. I made certain of that. I guess it's got sturdy? Can that...
No.
I mean...
You just got unlucky.
Let me try again. Is that how sturdy works in this one? Because it can have it. The abilities are randomized.
Yeah, but it should say, oh, the opponent's sturdy is activated.
Oh, okay. Again, with the first one.
Mm-hmm. They're waiting. Oh, an Ivysaur.
They're ready to tussle.
Yeah. They're just waiting in that grass, just waiting for you to step in. Critical hit.
He's having a bad day.
Absolutely. You know, this is probably topical. Did you see, you saw Detective Pikachu, right?
I did.
Yeah. I saw it at the drive-in, and, gotta say, I enjoyed it.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was a good movie. Okay. Spoiler warning, because we're probably gonna say something that spoils the movie. So if you haven't seen it and you want to see it, cut to... I'll put up a time. Look in the description. There will be a time that spoilers start and a time that spoilers end.
Yep. Okay. 3, 2, 1. So.
All right, they're gone. Okay, so I thought the leading actor wasn't that strong. Tim was the character name.
Yeah.
It felt like he was phoning it in.
You think so?
I think so. I don't know if it's just that he wasn't good, or that he was having like an off, however long they took to shoot that movie. I'd say off day, but that doesn't really make sense. I don't know.
Yeah. I can see that. Just like a few things in his defense, I guess. One, I mean, he's still kind of young.
Yeah,
probably
that's fair.
Isn't super experienced. But two, pretty much everyone he was interacting with for the entirety of the movie was CG.
That's fair.
So it's probably a little hard to gauge reactions and like give a super compelling performance, because I thought whenever he was on screen with like Ryan Reynolds and whatever the girl's name was, like his interactions with actual human characters, I thought that was
stronger.
It was
I will say they did a really good job with the CG, specifically in I'll use this example just because I've seen this movie like a million times.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I should tell that story. So my mom used to have a car that had one of the like movie things in it,
right, yeah.
so you could watch movies when you're bored and a child.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't have a bunch of movies in there, so me and my sister have watched Shrek 2 and Alvin and the Chipmunks: The Squeakquel about 1 million times, and also the Polly Pocket movie. Polyworld?
There's a Polly Pocket
There
movie.
was, and honestly, it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. I will stand by that movie. It entertained me. Oh god. Why do you know that? It's not a threat, but it was kind of spooky. Anyway, Polly Pocket movie's good. It's probably on YouTube. Go find it. But I've watched Alvin and the Chipmunks: The Squeakquel a bunch of times, and that movie specifically does a really bad job of whenever Dave or anyone else like specifically touches one of the chipmunks, it's weirdly bad.
Yeah.
Because like whenever they pick it up, there's like that little well of space between how they're holding them.
Yeah.
And how you should hold them.
A lot of the time in the well of space between the chipmunk and the hand, it's just darkness too. So it creates really weird shadows and stuff.
There are weird shadows, and there's weird like not quite connecting the way it should. Or just like you know the Spider-Man movie with
Tobey Maguire?
I think so. He's the one, he does the basketball thing, right? Or is that Andrew Garfield?
That's Andrew Garfield.
I think that's it, yeah. And there's the part where Andrew Garfield is just holding the ball out, like he's holding the bottom of the ball, and Flash tries to take it, and there's that little bit of uncanny valley, like, why is it staying there? It's kind of that feeling. Like, you can see that they're pretending like they're holding something, but the angle of the actual animal versus the angle of the hand and how they're holding it, it's like that it should be falling. You're not actually holding it, you're just kind of palming the back of it.
Right.
And it shouldn't connect. All this to say, Detective Pikachu, I think, did a really good job.
Yeah, integrating the CG.
Yeah, of whenever he had to pick up Pikachu or deal with him in any way, it looked like he was actually holding him the right way.
Yeah, and a lot of the time they had Pikachu climbing up onto his shoulders and stuff. And yeah, I thought they did a very good job integrating CG.
Yeah, the CG was great. I think the best part of it, though, was, and I'm totally ripping this from the Team 4-star review of this movie. Go watch that. I'll link that in the description. They do a much better job talking about it than we're going to do, I assure you. But when... I totally forgot what I was going to say. In the beginning of the movie, like... So in the beginning of all the animated Pokemon movies, there's the, "Welcome to the wonderful world of Pokemon. Pokemon do this and do that, and they live in this world." It's the, hey, here's what this world is. And sure, in Pokemon Mewtwo Strikes Back, the first one, that's fine, because it was the first one. But by, like, Giratina and the Sky Warrior, or Shaman and the Sky Warrior, Arceus and the Jewel of Life, by that point, when we're getting to, like, 15, 20 of these movies, anyone who's watching these movies understands the universe. Like, we know what we've signed up for. We don't need the, hi, welcome, here's how this world works.
Right.
We know how it works. And Detective Pikachu did a fantastic job of ready, go. No intro, no anything.
Right.
Here's Mewtwo fucking some shit up, a car blew up, and now we're catching a Cubone. You don't get the rules because you know them, because you've been playing Pokemon for 20 years.
Right. I think whenever he was, either on a train or a bus, head to whatever city his dad was at.
Rhyme City.
Rhyme City, yes.
Rhyme City. He was on the like monorail.
Yes. There was like a screen saying, "We've lived together," but it was more exposition about the city.
Yeah, they did a good job. They were like, for years we've caught Pokemon in Pokeballs, but here in Rhyme City we have partners and we respect and we work together, and so there's no Pokeballs allowed.
Right, yeah. It was a good way of giving both exposition on the world as a whole and how the city contrasts from it. So I thought that was well done. On a related note, on movies integrating animation well to live action, have you seen Who Killed Roger Rabbit?
I have.
Fantastic job of integrating the sort of 2D into the live action there. I want to mention that because that's actually a very good example of sort of integration, and why it's so funny that that movie came out a while ago, and still some movies that come out like recently can't get it right in that sort of way.
Well, I think, to be fair, the difference in those two, they're doing 2D, and now everyone's trying to do 3D and, like, hyper-realistic, which is a much taller task.
Is, in my opinion, not the way to go.
Yeah, it's hard to do it right. Detective Pikachu did it right.
Yeah.
Sonic did it wrong, and they're trying to fix it. I'm very excited to see...
They're trying to fix it. They had to push back the release
date. To Valentine's Day.
Yes.
I'm so excited. Because if I'm dating someone at the point, that is 100% what we're doing. And I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah. It's very exciting.
Honestly, here's my thing, and I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for this. Other than his actual model, I really liked the Sonic the Movie trailer. I think they got his character really right. I don't know why. My main problem with it was he got the shot off with the tranquilizer gun, and then cut to later when he's doing the Quicksilver scene with all the missiles.
Yes.
Like, you can't have him running circles around missiles at point blank and then also get hit by a tranquilizer dart.
Right.
That doesn't make sense. And maybe in the movie they're going to be like, he's confused, or he was disoriented, or since then he's had a power-up, or something.
Yeah,
but
gets the Chaos Emeralds or whatever.
Something like that.
Yeah, you think a sequel's already in the works? Because the amount of build-up behind this, I know a lot of people are probably just going to go see it to cringe at it.
To shit on it, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, this movie's going to make a ton of money.
Movie sales are movie sales. If you're seeing it ironically or
you're still giving it money.
You're still giving them money. And that's the thing with the Emoji Movie.
Yeah.
I didn't go see it.
Damn it, Jax Films.
Yeah, I didn't go see it because I really didn't want to.
Jax Films, if you're listening for whatever reason, I'd love to have you on the show, man.
If we just keep putting feelers out there.
Yeah, it's like if anyone that's bigger than me wants to be on the show, I'd be happy to have you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you my audience of 10, and you can give me your audience of 20, and then we'll both be at 30. Yeah. Speaking of 10, congratulations on double digits, man.
Oh yeah, man, I hit double digits recently. It's a big day.
It's a big day.
Yeah.
Was it earlier today? Was it yesterday?
It was earlier today.
It was. Yeah, so congratulations on that.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. We did it, Reddit.
The power of Reddit. I gotta start putting stuff on Reddit.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be careful about that because a lot of the times they fucking hate self-promotion.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful about it, and really how I got popular was the JoJo's subreddit, because I just make memes.
Yeah.
So I just put them on JoJo's subreddit because I figured they're gonna like them.
That's where it fits.
Yeah. And they seem well received.
Clearly. You've made it to 10.
I've made it to double digits, so yeah.
I'm only 3 of them, right?
Not supposed to tell them about the alt accounts, man.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. My 4 accounts. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you've got 10 subs. I'm 12 of them.
Yes. 10 subs. You're 3. I'm 4. We've got a few other people on our payroll, but yeah.
Yeah.
I hit double digits nonetheless.
Yeah, you are technically there. By whatever means, you did make it, so.
Yep. Social Blade says that I'm going to hit 1,000 subs in 6 years.
2025.
Yep. See you guys there.
See you guys at the 1,000 subscriber special in 2025. I'm going to a bar. That's what it is, because I'll be old enough to drink.
Exactly. We're getting there.
Yeah. Guys, for my 1,000 subscriber special, I'm going to go rent a car.
Get married.
That's the thing you can do when you're 25, right? It's the weird arbitrary one.
Right. I know there are some weird arbitrary
because it's like most of them are 16.
Uh-huh.
And then the other ones are 18.
And then 21.
21 is alcohol. 23 is a hotel room. Mm-hmm. And 25 is renting a car. I think. Fact check me on that.
Yeah.
But I think that's what it is.
That sounds about right.
Huh. Those are 2 weirdly specific things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For my 10 subscriber special, I'm going to sign up to be in the draft.
That's an option.
Yeah. Fun fact, I'm already signed up. We're all signed up.
That's how the draft works.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of which, Memorial Day just passed.
It did.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
What day was Memorial Day? It was Monday?
It was Monday.
Yeah. I didn't have work Monday, so I just sort of sat around.
Nice.
Yep. And it was thanks to our soldiers that I was able to sit around.
Yep. What a brave bunch of lads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What'd you do?
I had work.
Yeah.
And that sucked because everyone's out of town, and it's a Monday.
Yes.
So, and I had to open, and I work at a pizza place. So, I was there for 6 hours, and I had 2 runs.
Oh.
One of them was their back and the conversation 12 minutes. And the other one was, I think, 21 minutes. So a grand total of 33 minutes out of 360 minutes.
Yes.
Was what I actually had something to do.
Yeah. Days like those are almost worse than the days that you're packed.
I love the days that were packed. I make absolute bank on those days.
Yeah, fair enough, man.
And also, I just function better under chaos.
Yeah.
I'll always take chaotic and stressful over boring.
Yeah.
Is the way I look at it.
Mm-hmm. It's reflected in your YouTube channel.
I don't know. I think I'm pretty calm most of the time.
Yeah. Smash cut to your FNAF playthrough.
That was different. That was back when I wasn't used to that game, and it had just come out, I think.
It was after all the buzz died.
It was definitely after the buzz died, but it was still pretty big. I hadn't played it until then.
Yeah, the entire franchise is still big, even now. And it's how many years later?
You should look it up. I don't know.
I want to say 4.
I actually am going to say 5.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, God, FNAF. There's so many games. There's 4, right? There's 4, and then there's FNAF World, and there's Sister Location.
No, there are 4 FNAF World, Sister Location, and then there's Pizzeria Simulator.
Yep.
Ultimate.
Oh God, Electivire had Bullet Seed.
Oh, well, it's a good thing we know that.
Yeah.
Why
didn't you ever use that?
Yeah, there's Ultimate Custom Night.
Yes, that's what it was.
And now there's FNAF VR Help Wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark's playing that. So's Jack. Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, for those of you that don't know. And Mark is doing a really good job of it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. FNAF, the initial release date was August 8th, 2014. So it has been 4 years and will be 5 in a few months.
Holy crap.
Yeah. It's crazy how time passes.
Is a lot of spooky robots.
Quite. It's a lot of game theories.
Yeah. It's just a theory.
Yeah. I don't regularly watch game theory, but every once in a while I pop back in to see what he's up to.
I regularly watched him for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think we were all pretty much hardcore fans back in the day. I remember that.
I still really like him. Because I follow him and I follow his wife on Instagram.
Right.
And their baby's really cute. He's,
I didn't know they had a kid.
She? I think it's she.
Just
the child is adorable.
The child.
Ollie. His name's Ollie.
Okay.
Yeah. He's super cute.
Yeah. I watched him a lot back in the day. I think I fell off. I don't think his content is bad by any means.
Yeah.
I mean, he still makes good stuff.
Yeah.
I think
it's well researched.
Yeah.
I think the math almost always holds up.
Yeah.
I am the one theory that he has that I'm upset about is the Sonic's a liar one.
Yeah.
Just
is
because
the speed of sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because for one thing, I'm a big Sonic fanboy.
Yeah, we can tell.
Shut up. And for another, that was one of the ones where he did the math wrong.
Right.
Because there was shout out to Noggin.
Yes.
Which is another one, and they had a game theory debunked for that episode because Sonic. They talk about MatPat talks about his fastest recorded moment, and it's in one of the games. Which one has the speedometer going with you? It might be 06, but I don't think it is.
I don't think it was 06.
It might have been Generations.
It might have been.
I don't know. But in one of the games, No, this is a bad matchup. I need to switch. In one of the games, you can see the speedometer, and it's saying it's getting up to crazy speeds, but he actually does the math, and it's much lower than what it says. God damn it. I'm burned. And that all checks out, but then their rebuttal is the way that section of the game works is it's like a 3-lane thing, and you can switch from lane to lane basically immediately. And so that's... I'm going to explain this poorly mathematically, but if you're going forward and you also cut to the left or right really fast, that's like a net speed. Mm-hmm. And that did get over the speed of sound.
Yeah.
And more importantly, Sonic does that without any like startup or like a brace and then braking to the side.
Yeah.
He's going, whip, he's in the other lane.
Right.
Which implies that if he were to actually take a moment to brace and do both, he'd be going even faster. Mm-hmm. And there was also that cutscene where he just whips up those chains in a much earlier game that is technically canonical. And if you do pixel measurements, you get going way faster. I didn't go heal and I'm still burnt.
Yeah. Isn't there a cutscene where he has a Mach cone around him? I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
It makes sense. But isn't there... Oh, God.
Ooh. Yeah, you might want to switch.
Yeah, no, we're just going to run. That's much closer than I would have liked.
Yeah. Man, here we are. Ooh. Ooh.
I'm not chancing this. I'm not chancing the run failing.
Yeah. Man, here we are just talking about game theory.
That was much closer than I would have liked.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, now run.
Yeah. We're getting rid of this burn.
Man.
I don't know why Jiren's got such a death wish. It makes sense with his character.
Guess so. It's crazy.
God, that was...
Yeah,
I'm not even really sure what happened there.
That was stressful.
He hit me with a Psycho Cod, I'm sure.
It was like, a close combat.
It was a close combat.
Yeah.
Right. And that did like 12 plus the burn plus... Oh, that's what it was. I missed my high jump kick.
That will do it.
Yeah, so I took all 3 of those hits at once.
Mm-hmm. You got knocked down to 4 health.
That was spooky.
Yeah, this sort of thing keeps happening.
And it's only with Jiren.
Yeah.
Everyone else has been fine so far.
So far.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
Game theory.
Game
Sonic,
theory.
specifically.
Right. I had a science question. With the Mach cone, you can get like the cone to start forming without breaking the speed of sound, right? Because the cone forms as you're getting close, and then it pops into the trail once you actually break the sound barrier, right?
Well, the Mach cone's really just pressure differentials, and the reason it forms is just because of very high speeds, and it happens to be approximately close to the speed of sound. And I mean, that's just how it be, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm not a scientist, but I'm by no means an expert in this sort of field. But the way I understand it, if you're forming a Mach cone around you, you're probably damn near the speed of sound.
Yeah, you're really, really close. But all right, I'm gonna out myself here for a second and then defend myself. So let me get through all of this before you go crazy in the comments. I am pulling what I'm about to say from My Little Pony.
Oh.
Because I had to watch it a bunch when I was babysitting my sister back when she was younger. Mm-hmm. In My Little Pony, there's an episode where it's like each one of them, of the main 6, has like a cut back to their childhood episode. Mm-hmm. where they all get their like tattoo of power, whatever it's called, cutie mark, I think.
Sounds.
I'm not sure.
Right.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is like, oh, secretly they're all intertwined because like the fashion one, she's near this big rock, and then it splits open into a bunch of diamonds, and she's like, oh, it's so pretty, I'm gonna be a fashion girl or whatever. Stuff like that, weird contrived stuff. But the stuff that sets it off is the sonic rain boom, which is the thing that Rainbow Dash does, because she's just trying to go as fast as she can.
Mm-hmm.
And then the shockwave from that splits open the geode, and this, that, and the other, whatever.
Right.
I think Pinkie Pie, she's on like a farm, because her parents were rock farmers. Yeah, I just want to explain everything, because I like explaining things.
Go on with your point.
Anyway, my point is, in that episode, she almost does the sonic rain boom, like 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
And each time, there's the image of it. She's like, she gets like a parabola around her of rainbow, which is basically the mock cone.
Of rainbow.
And then she's getting closer and closer and closer, and then she craps out like 3 times. And the time she finally does it, it turns into a triangle, and she pushes through it, and that's what does the boom.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to know if that's how actual...
if My Little Pony...
Did they do it correctly?
Did the science
because
correctly.
that's the only actual detailed explanation of a sonic boom, air quotes, that I've ever sat down and looked at.
Man, I was gonna take this conversation like, oh yeah, what's your favorite Sonic game, man? But wow, we have gotten off topic. Oh, you can learn acid armor. That's neat.
Yeah. Sharply raising defense. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Pound is helping
Make him
no
the
one.
tank.
I've got Horn Attack.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's Shuckle. That's what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so My Little Pony, Sonic Rain Boom, science.
Man. Crazy.
Yeah. And I think the way they explain it is like the science of a sonic boom, but then applied to light, which isn't how it works. But that's the only way they get the rainbow into it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
It's pony magic.
Yeah, it's pony magic.
They could have probably just said it's pony magic.
They could have. I'm gonna give them full points for trying to explain it.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
But
they didn't have to do that for a kid's show.
They did not have to go as hard as they did. I can understand why so many people are fans of it. It seems like they put a lot of effort into that show.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
not your thing.
I don't.
Not your demo.
Not my demographic.
Yeah.
I'm not a 30-year-old neckbeard, and I'm not a little girl, so.
You're a much younger neckbeard.
Yep.
Anyway, let's hop off this
To answer your question, Sonic Heroes is my favorite.
Okay, cool.
Let's cut back to a slightly less of the Furrygon.
I haven't played a lot of Sonic games, honestly, and the only one I've played extensively, and I'll probably get flamed for this, but
06?
No.
No?
The only Sonic game I've played super extensively is Sonic Unleashed.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Which is weird because it's half a Sonic game.
Yeah, and half a beat 'em up.
Right, yeah. And I thought that was the weirdest thing. Like,
yeah.
Like, oh, this is neat. I enjoyed the regular Sonic levels far more than I enjoyed.
Well, yeah, it's Sonic. Go fast.
Yes.
Sonic Heroes is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
For one thing, because of the music. Just because the Sonic Heroes, the song, absolutely kicks ass.
Oh, yeah.
It's
great.
so good. It's one of my favorite Sonic songs ever.
Yeah, I think I've played Heroes probably equally as much as I've played Unleashed. It's just Heroes was a lot further back than I played Unleashed.
Mm-hmm. And then I liked how there were because in Heroes there were the 4 teams.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Team Hero, Team Dark, Team Rose, and Team Chaotix. Fuck Team Chaotix. Sorry. Aside. SBO's cool. Vector is his name. Is alright. The crocodile?
The crocodile's name. I'm not brushed up on my Sonic.
Yeah, the crocodile's name is Vector, and he's I don't hate him. He's kind of a dick, but he's not a problem.
Right.
Fuck Charmy. Just entirely. And I can sum it all up in one thing. Their ultimate, because each one had what was called Team Blast, and it was like their ultimate. Yeah. Team Sonic, it was Knuckles launches him into the air, Tails kicks Sonic around, and then Sonic blasts all over the place with his homing attack, and just wipes everything in the field. Team Dark had Chaos Control, Shadow stopped time, and then Rouge picked up Omega, and Omega turned on this giant fuck-off laser and just spun on a swivel.
Yeah.
And blasted everything around, and that was cool. Team Rose, there's less of an explanation for this one. It's just kind of the power of cute compels you, but Big throws them both up into the air and just holds his umbrella up, and then Amy spins on the umbrella, and then Cream spins on top of Amy.
Right.
It's like in Beyblade when they fight, when they clash, but less of a competition.
Yeah.
And then in Team Chaotix, what they do, SBO pulls out his his two strings.
I'm getting flashbacks to this right now.
Yeah, SBO pulls out his giant guitar pick and some stringed instrument. I think it's... Did you see that movie Kubo and the Two Strings? I think it's like the two strings.
The two strings.
That instrument. It might also be a sitar. Something like that.
A samisen.
Maybe.
Or I don't know if that's how. It was in that JonTron video we watched like an hour ago.
Yeah, something like that. And Vector pulls out a microphone, and Charmy pulls out a little drum kit, and they just play as loud and as horribly as they possibly can. And everything in the immediate area is so absolutely disgusted by this that they just die. It's, what if we played music so bad that it killed everyone around us? That's their ult. And it sounds fucking garbage. So, and the first time you do it, you're in the ocean place, and the guitar is rocking, and it's awesome. And then, because it opens with SBO, and he jumps out, and he starts playing, and it's fine. And then Vector comes out, and he goes, yeah, 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 yeah. And then Charmy comes out, and he just goes, bee, 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 Charmy, bee. And it's horrible. It's so bad. And it comes out of nowhere. Because it's the last one of the 4, and the other 3 are cool. In Sonic's, he just goes, blast away. And that's the only voice line. Chaos Control is dark, and there's no voice line in the other one, so you're like, oh, it's just gonna be some weird music maybe, and a cutaway, and then it's just, it might be the first ear rape in existence.
I've never seen you get that worked up over something.
It was just... Sonic Heroes, man. It was a game.
It was a good
that
game,
happened.
Man.
But, okay, so that was...
Wow.
A long way of saying I loved the 4 paths. Especially how they, like, converged every now and then. And there were the fights. And the fights were cool. They were super easy. You just jump up into the air and keep using Thunder Shoot over and over and over again. They were super easy. But it was a fun concept. And if you... there was a 2-player mode. And you could race on some of the stages. And it was just first to the goal. Or you could do battle mode. And those were super fun. Because once you did battle mode with... Because the AI was terrible.
Right.
But if you did it with person versus person, you actually had to do a fight, and it was cool. Because the way it worked was like power beats speed, speed beats flying, flying beats power.
Yeah. And you could rotate your characters.
It was cool. It was a cool concept. And so you'd have those battles, and that was cool, and there were boss fights. But my favorite part was in each level, there were these keys, right? And because each world had Act 1, Act 2, and then the boss. And if you got the key in Act 1, you'd go to the bonus world, and you just had to make it to the end before time ran out, and you'd get a certain amount of extra lives if you did it in time.
Right.
And if you... Oh, we're getting a call. Hold on. Never mind. I didn't answer it. Yep. I talked to Shucks instead.
You talked to Shucks, okay.
Worth it. Joey's a prick.
Later.
Anyway, if you pick up the key in the second act of whatever world, you'd go back into the bonus world, but this time there'd be a Chaos Emerald, and it was just running. And your basic run speed wouldn't keep up with it, but there was a bunch of orbs that you'd pick up, and you'd get 3 different levels of boost, and you'd just go faster. So what you'd do, if you wanted to win, was you'd fill up the boost as much as you can, and then once you got it all the way to 3, just blast through. And as soon as you caught up to the Chaos Emerald, you get the Chaos Emerald. And you could do this across all 4 chapters, so you've got 4 shots at each one, assuming you could get the key. The problem with the keys is they'd show up like roughly a third of the way through the level, and halfway through the level, and 2/3 of the way through the level. And if you take a hit, you lose it. No matter how many rings you have, no matter what hits you, so you have to make it through the rest of that level without taking a hit at all. And in Ocean World and in whatever the second one is, the city, that's fine. That's whatever. But in the final level, World 7 Act 2, that's a huge order. Because that's like, it's basically just a boss rush of all the crazy powerful enemies you've seen so far. There's this big guy that has a giant hammer and a helmet on his head, and he's almost impossible to do without taking a hit. There are these laser-looking guys, or they're like Voltron, and they shoot giant lasers at you. And then there's this huge rail grinding section, which doesn't control super well, admittedly. It was very easy to, because it's like 3 rails, and you could very easily jump from left to right and miss the rail and just fall.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to look cool, you'd do that in speed mode and switch a bunch and just hope it worked. If you wanted to live, you'd do that in flying mode, so that every time you go sailing off into the distance, you can recover.
Yes.
With flying. But in the last one, there's that thing, and there's a bunch of loops, and then there's these giant fuck-off cannons that just blast the entire thing. And there's like one for the middle lane, and one for the right lane, and one for the left lane. And for the first couple of... This happens like 4 times, and for the first couple of times, it's like, oh, firing the main laser, and that's it. And then the second time, it's like, firing the main, firing the left, firing the right, and you just got to switch out of the way. Yeah. It's fine. And then the third time it happens, it's like, firing the middle, firing both outside, firing left and middle, firing middle and right, so there's one right answer, and you got to get in the right lane. And then, on the last one, it becomes like a grid of 9, but it's like 3, and then all 3 start charging. So you go, and you just gotta book it down these rails. It's like, boo, 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 and then you jump to the next set of 3, because it's become 6. And then the lasers go screaming past you, and the next 3 start charging. And then you do that again and jump over, and then you do that again and jump over, and then you're just on 1. And then there's this huge one. And it's just, you have to get out of this section before it fires. You've got like 4 seconds, go. And it makes you feel awesome.
Right.
Once you get it the 10th time.
Yes.
And it's not really a problem if you're not trying to not get hit. Because you can just, by that point, you've got a million rings. You can take the hit, get back on the thing, keep going before it fires a second time. Because it's like the Death Star. Yeah. 4-second shot and then like 20-second shot. But if you're trying not to get hit, you either have to be in speed form and just absolutely book it, or you have to be in flying form and you have to jump and get to the very apex of your jump and then start flying and get to the very top of your flight speed, or like maximum height, and then you will avoid it. Because when you're in flight speed, you've got you, and then you're holding on to Sonic, and then you're holding on to Knuckles.
Right.
And if either of them get hit, it's fine, nothing happens. They just go sailing off into the abyss, and they come back like 3 seconds later.
Right.
And when that happens, Knuckles gets hit, and Sonic gets hit, and it misses you by like a quarter of an inch. A couple of pixels. And it's horrifying.
Wow.
But then...
Flame body.
That's what's doing it. Okay. I should go heal. But then, once you get past all that, you can get the 7th Chaos Emerald, yada yada, and then you fight the Egg Emperor. It's a surprisingly interesting fight. He's just in a big suit of armor. He starts shooting things sideways, and he's got a charge, shield, bunch of little mini guys that help him. It's a cool fight. But you get to the end, and the Eggman that you take down in the first 3 modes, everyone that isn't Team Chaotix, he just melts. Because, like the Terminator, like the T-1000.
Yeah.
He just liquid melts away, and they're like, what's happening? And that's the end of the story. And then you get to Team Chaotix, who their story is they're broke, and they're detectives, so they get this walkie-talkie in the mail, and a guy starts talking to him, and he's like, okay, I want you to do all these things so that you can prove that you're good detectives, like go find these hermit crabs, or get 500 rings in the casino level, or whatever. It's a bunch of basically fetch quests.
Yeah.
But it makes sense in the story, but it's super tedious to do. And then you get to the end, and you beat that boss fight, and they have a different cinematic. Because the way it works is they all have, like, the same events happen to them, and it's what happens in those events. But this one is the first time it's, like, completely different. They go into, like, a side room on the air fortress that you're on, and they open the room, and they're like, okay, come, the guy on the walkie-talkie is like, okay, come here, this is the room that I'm in, come let me out, please. Because you find out he's been kidnapped, like a couple acts before that. And it's cool, and they get there, and they bust open the door, and Charmy's like, who is it? SPU's like, I don't know. And then Vector has this really cool moment, because he's figured out who it is. He's like, guys, it's Dr. Eggman. And then they cut over to him, and it's Dr. Eggman. And it's this big reveal, because, wait a minute, if Eggman's been in here the whole time, who's controlling the robots? And who's... Like, Eggman's been in the thing, and then he melts away. And then, hopefully, if you've got all 7 Chaos Emeralds at this point, you go back out to the overworld, or not the overworld, the, like, hero selection, and you scroll over, and there's a 5th option. And it's just called Last. And, there was a little bit of stuff leading up to this, because after the 4th world, the guy melts after he leaves, because you find out that the Eggman's just a robot, but like one of Eggman's dinky robots, and then the heroes leave, and then it does the T-1000 thing and turns into its actual form, but not in color, so it doesn't actually reveal what it is. It's just, hey, this is a thing, and they're being conned, and it's like, it says something along the lines of data collected on the ultimate life form for Shadow, on Sonic, yada yada. Data collected is the idea. And so you click on this 5th story, and it's just titled Last. And you cut in, and we pick back up with Eggman and Team Chaotix, and they're talking, because they're like, what do we do? The actual cinematic ends with, how are we getting paid? I'll pay you as soon as I took over the world, and then they beat him up. But after they beat him up, in this final story, they're like, wait, if you're in here, who's controlling things? And Eggman just goes like, I think I have an idea, or something along those lines. Cut to the 3 other teams, who are all grouped up at this point, and the sky is just pouring down rain, and oh god, here's Metal Sonic. Who hasn't been in this game at all, but he's in his, like, upgraded form, and he's like, ha ha ha, now I've got data on all of you, there's no hope for you guys, you couldn't possibly hope to beat me, and now I'm gonna turn into my super form. And he goes off and turns into his super form, and Eggman's like, oh, woe is me! If only we had the emeralds! You mean these emeralds? And, like, 1 or 2 people from each team holds up one of them, and it's this really cool teamwork moment, because teams, that's the theme of the game, and it's a really cool moment, and Sonic's like, okay, guys, I need you 3 teams to stall him while we transform, which isn't a thing. Sonic transforms instantly, but whatever. It was a cool moment.
Right.
And so then the final boss fight starts with Metal Madness.
Interesting.
Is what his name becomes. Ooh, should I learn Bounce? Is Bounce better than Drill Peck?
Bounce is like when you
it's
go
a 2-turn.
Right, it's 2-turn.
It only does 5 extra power.
Yeah, and it has a lot.
And it's only got
less.
5 P. Yeah, no. The fuck Bounce. So what you do is you start off as Team Rose.
Right.
And you have to fight Metal Madness. He's got this thing on his side, and he shoots spikes at you and whatever. But the thing on his side changes colors.
Mm-hmm.
Red, blue, and yellow. And if it's red, it's in power form, and that means power form can't hurt it. So you gotta hit it with the other 2. And then it changes to blue, so speed form can't hurt it.
Right.
And you do that, it's really easy, and then you cut, that was on his right side of his body, and you cut to the left side, and you do the same thing, but harder with Team Chaotix. Because they were like the collecty thing, and they've got kind of a little mini game in it. It's neat. And then once you beat that fight, cut to the center of him, and it's way harder because it's Team Dark. And then, after you beat him like that, cut back to cinematic mode. Sonic is powering up, and he goes Super Saiyan. And then, despite the fact that it is canonical that Super Tails and Super Knuckles exist, they don't go super for whatever reason. They just get like little power shields around them. Like, wow, Sonic, what a cop out. Way to be the hero and not give any of your team credit.
It was all about team.
It was all about teamwork until now when you got to steal a showboat. They're just in like power shields that you're providing them, whatever. But minor complaints aside, you jump up into the sky and you start flying after Metal Overlord. And it's a super cool fight. He's like launching energy bolts at you and throwing fucking planes. Like he's picking passenger planes out of the sky and throwing them at you. And it's super cool, and you got to collect the rings a bunch because Supersonic needs a bunch of rings or he falls out of Supersonic mode.
Right.
It's really hard, and you get to the end, and everyone's like, yay, Team Whoop-de-doo. Team Dark go off to figure out who they are.
Right.
Team Chaotix goes off to make money. Amy takes off after Sonic, and the rest of Team Rose and Team Sonic laugh it out. The end. And that's the story of that game.
Wow, man, that was crazy. I remember when I was a kid, I sucked at video games, so I never really got that far.
Yeah,
but that's crazy.
I did too, except for that one because I put a lot of time into that.
Man, Sonic stories are crazy, dude.
Yeah, Sonic plot lines.
Yeah, I like how this started off as like, oh yeah, spoilers for Detective Pikachu.
Yeah,
and you just rattled off the entire story of Sonic Heroes.
Yeah, we just kept going. I had 3 points. That was the second one.
Right. Yeah.
It was really, the music.
It was really.
And it was that story.
Yeah.
And then there's. Okay, we're back. The recording thing freaked out a little bit, but we're back. We're good. And what were we talking about? I don't know. But we were signing off. It was Sonic. There was the third point that I still can't remember.
Oh. Well, all right. I think that's a good place to end the episode then.
Yeah, we've been going for a while, talking about Sonic.
Yeah. Check the description for his full essay on why he loves Sonic Heroes.
What was I putting in the description? It was.
I don't know.
It's your channel. See in the description for his channel because he's here with me.
Yes.
And then there's something else. I don't know. I'll watch it back. You'll watch it back. Someone will watch it back.
I've got to edit it, so I'll watch it back. Yeah, we gotta put the background over it. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Sandwich, for joining me for another one. No problem.
We might do this again. We might have to do a Sonic Heroes playthrough now. I might have to make you play, and I'll watch. Yeah. And we'll do that.
I think me playing, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I've got the game.
Really?
Yeah, I've got the game. I've got a save file. I've got a GameCube and a Wii. So,
yeah.
And I think I have stuff to record that. I don't know. I've got a capture card.
Well, all right.
I can record something. I'm not promising anything, but look out for our Sonic Heroes playthrough.
Yeah, that sounds
Who knows?
fun, man.
Yeah, all right. So thank you everyone so much for watching. If you liked it, lay an egg right on that like button. I'll see y'all next time.
Bye.